Lesson 6.1, a new chapter, yay, and it's percents and decimals. So let's get started because this is jam-packed full of stuff. Okay, write a fraction represented by the model. So I'm only going to do a couple because, again, this lesson is kind of big. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different squares in this rectangle, and 3 of them are shaded. So we can represent that as 3 eighths. Okay, this one we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4 of them are shaded, so we can have 4 eighths or 1/2. And then let me just do another random one. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 different things, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 of them. So that's 10 over 12, and we can reduce that to 5/6, okay? So you don't even have to do the other ones if you don't want to, if you get it. Okay, so the essential question: how does the decimal point move when you rewrite a percent as a decimal and when you rewrite a decimal as a percent? Here's the key ideas. Remove the percent symbol, then divide by 100, or just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Makes sense. And then writing decimals as percents. Multiply by 100 or just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Then add the percent symbol. Okay. So work with a partner, write the percent shown by the model, and then write the percent as a decimal. So here's 100 things, and it looks 100 little squares in this big giant square. And it looks like 30 of them are shaded. So that is 30%. So that is 30 over 100 that were shaded in. That simplifies down to, it's going to simplify down to 3 over 10. And then that is going to be 0.3. Okay, so write fraction as a decimal. Here we could have just done, we could have used our 30%, dropped the percent, so we have 30. Then moved this over twice because there's like a dot there. Moved it over twice and we get 0.3. And then that's how we kind of know that those were the same. Okay, so I'm going to do like one more here and then you guys can just do it or not. It's fine. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded. So 60 over 100. aka 60% of it is shaded. So I'm going to have 60 point. I'm going to move that over twice, so 0.6. So here's my percent of it, and here is my decimal of it. Alright, here we go. So work with a partner, write the percent as a decimal. So we have that 13.5 is, obviously you can't work with a partner, your partner is me. Okay, just kidding, but yeah, I am a partner if you want me to be. So I'm going to write the 13.5 here, okay, and then I'm just going to go right down to here, because I can, and I'm going to, so 13.5, move that over twice, so we have 1, 3, 5. So that is our decimal. We didn't have to do the in-between steps unless you want to, but I'm trying to save time. Okay. So, work with the partner and draw a model to represent the decimal and write the decimal as a percent. So, I can just, right from here, I'm going to, as a percent, you start with a decimal, okay, and then you move it over to the right twice because we're going from decimal to percent instead of percent to decimal. So we have 10% then. Because here we have an invisible 0, they added it right here to show you, and then but you move it over one more and you get your percent. And again, you can use this model, but I'm just going to do it faster. Okay. So this is all really out of order. This is labeled exit ticket, but we're just going to do it together. So write each percent as a decimal. So we have 60%. drop the percent sign, we get 60, put a period there, then move that over twice, so our answer is 0.6. So we have 6%, drop the percent sign, we have 6 with a point, move that over 2 times, so once is here, twice is here, so we're going to have to add a 0 there, and that is our decimal, and then 0.6%, we drop the percent, move this over 1, 2, so we have 0.006. Okay. So write the percent as a decimal, and then for the other one. So I'm going to do one of each, and I encourage you guys to do the other ones. So I'm going to do this one, 7.5, take off the percent, move this 1, 2. So 1 is going to be right there, 2 is right here. So I have to draw in a 0, and this is my my decimal, sorry. And then for this, I have 0.1. I gotta move it to the right twice, so it's gonna be here, 1, and then twice. So we have 1, 0, and then add the percent. So we have 10%. Okay. Alright. So write 52% as a decimal. So we have 52, I'm dropping the percent, putting a dot there, and then moving that over 1, 2. So that is 0.52 as a decimal. And then it says write 7% as a decimal. So it's the dot is here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, and then 1, 2. So we have to add a 0 there, so 0.07. Alright, next thing, write the percent as a decimal. So just do that on your own if you need extra practice. If not, you can just skip it. And then here is, so now they want us to write the decimal as a percent, which is we haven't been doing much of. So we have 0.47. We move it to the right twice. We have 47%. Here we have 0.663. Move it over twice. We have 66.3%. Here we have 0.8. Move it over twice. We have 180%. And I said 0.8, but it's 1.8, obviously. Okay, and then this one, 0.009, move it over twice, we have 0.9%. So still had to leave the decimal there, but still. Okay, the figure shows the portions of the ultraviolet rays reflected by 4 different surfaces. How many times more UV rays are reflected by water than by the sea? So the water is 21 over 25. I'm going to multiply that by 4 over 4 so I can get a 100 at the bottom. So that's going to be 84 over 100. So that equals 84%, and then our C form is 25%, so it's like it's more than 3 times the UV is by water than by foam. So I'm going to say more than 3 times, but let's be specific and say, so 25x equals 84, divide by 25, divide by 25, I get that x equals roughly 3.36, so it's 3.36 times more. Okay, So write 18 out of 100 as a percent. So that is going to be 18% as a fraction, which is what we just did, but I guess if you want to simplify it, it's going to be 9/50. Okay, and then as a decimal, so as a decimal it's 0.18. And then in example 4, how many more times UV rays are reflected by water than by sand? So I'm going to let you do that by yourself if you want to. So here you start with this one, which is the 84%, and you figure out how much because this is going to be 15%. So how it goes from 84% to 15%. Okay, and then to write a percent as a decimal, what do you do? And then to write a decimal as a percent, what do you do? So to write a percent, so let's say to write a percent as a decimal, you have to get rid of I'm not going to write it, but you have to get rid of the percent sign and then move the decimal after it that you replaced the percent sign with over 2 times to the left, and then here you move the decimal 2 times to the right and add a percent sign. Okay, so we are all done. I will see you tomorrow. See ya tomorrow. Tom or Ro. I hope I spelled that right. And you guys are doing wonderful. Bye.